we are estimating at about 2.5%, but can go lower than that to 1.8 growth if the situation persists. Overall, factors against accelerated growth are likely to outweigh pro-growth aspects by far in 2020.
No doubt the 2020-2021 budget will be focused on recovery rather than growth. The government will be seeking to ensure priority areas are financed, even with the anticipated reduction in tax collections. Budgetary estimates on the National Treasury website indicate that most of the ongoing COVID mitigation response measures are funded outside the budget framework. The COVID-19 pandemic has adversely affected economic activities. The health sector now a point of concern, with the pandemic confirming challenges such as poorly equipped facilities as well as low staffing levels. Budget estimates show the sector will receive 112 billion shillings. The Parliamentary Budget Office has called for prioritization of the health sector in the 2020-2021 budget, suggesting that the Treasury can float a special COVID-19 bond to source funding for COVID-19 related expenditure.
In the current market conditions, we've seen a lot of the new issuance of the bonds have been undersubscribed, and that coupled with investors attaching a higher risk to the long-term bonds, as illustrated by the upward shift in the yield curve, the government will have to give more incentives to these investors in order for them to invest. So the 5% reduction is a much viable option.
The pandemic has showed that Kenya can rely on herself for materials that have for long been imported, from face masks to personal protective equipment. This has lifted the manufacturing sector.
I know that there will be thousands of tailors from all over the country who will also look to make these masks, and we encourage them to do so. The Ministry of Industry and Trade will endeavor to ensure that all these tailors are provided with the right information through the national government administrative officers on the kind of materials required and the proper method of piecing the fabrics together to make the face masks and to ensure that they are effective.
Manufacturing is one of the sectors that is benefiting from this, and this is attributable to the fact that some of these manufacturing businesses have been able to adapt to meet the gaps in the supply chain for the intermediate goods.
Parliament has suggested that some policy directions the Treasury could take include creation of a subsidy instrument to support entities participating in the manufacture of PPE and other COVID-related equipment, such as testing kits and associated reagents. The latest Kenya Association of Manufacturers report, titled The Impact of COVID-19 on the Manufacturing Sector in Kenya, shows 91% of non-essential goods manufacturers saw a significant fall in demand. 74% of essential goods manufacturers also saw a fall in demand. And infrastructure, being at the heart of the government's Big Four plan, has seen expansion of facilities, including a scaled-up network of roads, railways, sea and airports. In the 2020-2021 financial year, about 190 billion shillings has been earmarked for infrastructure. Most of the money is expected to be used for completion of ongoing projects, in particular infrastructure projects with high impact on poverty reduction, equity and unemployment creation. Betty Kiptum, Channel 1 Business.